it feels like to hold a middle position, a front position, and a back position. It's all pretty important because as you get through this, you'll know that you'll be able to figure out, depending on where you are, you can go easier, you can go slower, you know, you can recover, you might need to pick it up to get back to the front. And so practicing this when we're at an easier pace is very important, so you understand when you're at the faster pace really how much it's going to take to get back into a position if you get put out of position. And that's going to be a common thread across every skills and drill, is that we focus on positioning. Alright, we got about 30 seconds before we get started. Got 5 folks watching us live. We got 40 joined in now. "20 seconds remaining. Get myself in a good gear to be able to go my 1.5, so I listen to my own advice, in my own directions.
Hey, Justin.
Alright, here we go. Let's see who jumps out going 1,000 watts per kilo. Alright, not too bad. Not too bad. So if you're on the front, make sure you're going no more than 1.5. Looks like everyone is listening. We want to keep this fairly tight. Like I said, the goal is not to drop people. The goal is to keep it all together as best as we can, so everyone can learn. So right now, like I said, we have about 10 minutes. I want everyone to really practice moving around. Use me as the middle. Go ahead and move forward and move back. I want you guys to really get a feel for how it works, how the group dynamics work. So if you're at the front, again, 1.5 max. So rotate around some, do what you got to do. Like I said, the goal is not to sit on the very front, the goal is not to sit on the very back. I really want everyone to get a good feel for using their positioning in the bunch. Oh, there went a rocket and another one. We're going to go ahead and let them go.
Some serious weight gophers there.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and let the rockets go. We don't need to chase them.
Too early for the breakaway.
Yeah, exactly. We're still in the neutral section, so the breakaway doesn't work right now. There's another one. Not sure what they're thinking. Max, thanks for the ride on. Alright, so like I said earlier to those who were on a little while ago, we're going to be focusing on some sprint work. But our sprint work today is not that sprint work that's going to get you into that sprint finish. This is the sprint work that's going to get you away where you can then settle into a hard effort to escape. And we're going to use areas of the course that are tactically advantageous to us. So we're going to try to identify when would be a good time to put in a really hard effort to try and get away. Now, we've done this on a number of occasions as we focus on controlling ourselves instead of just getting away when we hit a gradient, you know, losing our watts per kilo output and accidentally going off the front. Well, today we're going to use that to our benefit. We're going to try and see what we can do on that grade and what it actually takes. Afternoon, Bob. What it actually takes to get a gap in that area. And I think you're going to see when you hit these gradients, even though they're not huge, I think people are going to be quite surprised at the effect of what you can do on that and how long you actually have to go. So again, we're going to crawl, walk, run our way through it. We've got 56 minutes, so we should get 2 to 3 iterations in that portion. We'll go over a couple other portions of the course that afford us that opportunity as well. And we're going to identify when are actually good times and when are false good times. Areas of the course that you may think is a good way to do it or a good place to attack, but really is not. Well, unfortunately, Bob, Andy's not coaching anything right now. All right, so we got about 5 minutes to go before we get into the actual meat of the class. Now, for the most part, we're going to be rolling at 1.5 to 2.0 until we get into our sprints. And then we'll regroup together and we'll go back at it. So you will be doing a number of sprints today. The first set of sprints will be at a very controlled effort. I will cap you out, and you'll just have to go and hold that for the duration of that sprint. And I'll tell you when the start and finish of the sprint is. Matt, there's a lot of people going the wrong way. Those are the people not in the class. So we got some good commentary going on, and Baby Anteater asked what setup I am running on my Zwift. I have a good question. I have a computer with a pretty good graphics card. I'm not a tech guy, Baby Anteater, so this was recommended by someone else for me, so I just got what they recommended. But I do have the Blue Yeti and the Logitech 920 for the camera. And I'm running a TV and another monitor over here. So unfortunately, that's the best answer I can give you. Sorry.
If anybody's curious, I just got the new Apple TV 4K for 179 bucks. It's hard to beat for $179.
Oh, nice. I just can't stream that very well is the problem.
I'm running that too. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So Baby Anteater, I'm running a Wahoo Kicker with power tap pedals. All right, so the group up front, you guys got a small gap. Gonna need you guys to slow down a little bit.
Ride leader, don't you wish there was a way you could purge the people up in front if they don't listen to you after a few days?
I would love to. In fact, I would much more like it if I could just blow them up on the screen. With a little zap. Alright, so we're a little strung out, but that's okay. Alright. So Longoria, you guys are up a little bit ahead of us. You could drop yours back to about a 1.0. That'd be great.
Sorry about that. I'm back at it now.
That's okay. All right. So I wonder if Aaron Webster's listening on here. Webster, are you on Discord? Nope, guess not. Alright, let me type out the instructions for the rest of the group and then I will get back to you guys. So, like you see me typing out there, it's gonna be that crawl, walk, run process. Our very first sprint we're gonna do is gonna be pretty simple. We're gonna go at 3.0 for 15 seconds as we get up and over terrain. And then we're gonna settle into a 2.5 for 15 seconds. And then we're gonna ease back to a 1.0 to regroup. I'm gonna tell us when to go. It's not gonna be for a few seconds here. Alright, just stay with me on this one. If you think this is too easy, it's going to get a lot harder later on. We have another 50 minutes still to go, so. Alright. Get ready. And let's go. 15 seconds. At 3.0. 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and settle. And recover. So that was just a quick glimpse. The next one will be harder. So, what we're going to do a little bit later on to make it more evident what we're actually doing is we're going to split into our groups to do this. But for right now, I just kind of want everybody going through the motion of sprint and get on. So if you're up front right now, I need you to ease off. Ease off to 1.0 to regroup. Remember, nice and easy still. Alright. Got a small group that's slightly up the road. We're almost caught back up. Once we're caught back up, we'll start again. And this time we're going to go for 15 seconds at a 3.5, and then 15 seconds at a 2.5. So right there would have been a decent place to do an attack for some people, but I will tell you that that actually would have been a false attack because you didn't have enough distance or effort to really make anything out of that. So once we get down this downhill, we're going to get our next sprint going. Alright, we're almost to a good spot, and the downhill is not a good place to attack because everybody's got momentum. So the only time a downhill is good to attack is when you have a very long downhill and you're much, much heavier than the other rider. If you're close in weight or they're on your wheel, just wait. Don't burn the energy. Don't burn that match. So we are almost to a good attack point once we get off the dirt here. All right. All right, we're gonna hit the bottom of this climb as we come into the volcano. That's gonna be a great place to go. Now, one of the things you can do as you come off a downhill like that, a lot of times you'll find a lull in the group. So you can use that as a place to launch an attack, where you'll launch and then you have to hit it again when you hit the uphill. Now that takes a lot of energy reserves, so you're going to want to really make sure you've saved up and that it's a match you can burn and you don't have much to go after that to the finish line. All right, making our turn. Get set. We're gonna actually go 30 seconds, or 20 seconds, excuse me, 30 seconds at 3.5, and 15 at 2, and 30 at 2.5. It took us on the other route today. All right, well, we're gonna use what we have right now. Once we get in, which I think we're gonna hit it on the turn.
You got that slight uphill coming in.
Yeah.
Probably about another 100 yards.
Yeah, it's at the turn. Easy at the front still, easy at the front. Here we are. Remember, this is all about simulating breaking off the front of an actual at pace ride. And go. Let's go, 30 seconds at 3.5. 20 seconds. Five, four, three, two, one, and ease to 2.5. 30 seconds here. Now you're settling. And again, I know for some of you this is a relatively easy pace. For some of you it's not. You want to settle right here. Boom. All right. And recover. 1.0 at the front. I'm going to drop back. If you're behind me, keep pushing till you catch me. If you're at the front, please hold 1.0. Got a couple folks back there. Really easy at the front. We want to actually get ourselves bunched up. All right, CK. CK is there. Kyle, how you doing?
Doing good, thanks.
All right. All right, keep it nice and tight, nice and easy at the front still. We got a couple folks making their way. Good, looks like we got a pretty good bunch. All right. Ooh, come on, Fielke. All right, good job up at the front. So remember, this is also practicing your position management. If you're at the very front and you're going 1.5, people shouldn't be coming over the top of you. But if you go over the top, you got to ease up. The idea is start figuring out what you have to hold to stay in the position you're in. It's a constant battle for position management. It's constantly changing. You really need to stay in there. All right, so what we're gonna do real quick is we got to do a little crawl and walk. We're gonna do a quick run, and we're gonna push out 10 seconds of, we're gonna do 10 seconds of pushing, of just sprinting to get away. Now I want you to actively go hard, but I don't want you to go as hard as you possibly can, because you gotta be able to ride afterwards. And then you're gonna do 10 seconds of there, and then I want you to do 10 seconds of 1/2 of that. So if you're sprinting at 8, I want you to drop down to 4 for 10 seconds. It can be a little longer than 10, it's gonna take you a bit to drop down, but I want you to go around 10 seconds at 1/2 of that power. And then 10 seconds, 1 watt per kilo less than that. Then we'll regroup. It's gonna spread us out all over Watopia, but we're going to do this. It has a purpose to it, because then we split up into groups after this and we start seeing what really happens when you go too hard or don't go hard enough. So let me type it out. All right, does that make sense, everybody, what we're doing? 10, 10, 10.
Got it.
All right. 10, 10, and 10. All right.
Got it.
Good. So we're going to get going briefly once we get all regrouped up. All right, we got a small group slightly off the front. Again, this is going to spread us out. That's why I keep rebunching us, because I don't want to be too spread out. It makes it too hard to get the group back together. Once we get back together, we'll start. We got a small group off the front. All right, get set. Ooh, we're gonna go in the tunnel, because that's a great place to attack right there if you want to try and get a quick gap. Easy up at the front, folks. No one should be at 2 yet up at the front. So right now, again, we had a little very short, slight incline that led into a small decline in the flats. Unless you are significantly outpowering those around you, this is not necessarily the best place to attack. This is where you would want to attack earlier to be able to use this to stay away. This is not the greatest place to attack. However, once we get down to this tunnel and we hit that little rise, that's a good place to launch to try and create a break. So one of the reasons we're doing the 10-10-10 just like this is because when you do that hard effort, then you have to settle into a still very hard effort, and then you'll settle into something that's sustainable, because you got to create a gap. If you don't create a gap, you're never getting away. That gap is what's very important. Baby Anteater, yeah, this is a class more than anything else. Sorry, I didn't see you type earlier. This is a class more than anything else. It's not much of a race. We'll throw in some sprints at the end that are harder, that are more race simulation. All right. Now we got a nice big group. I like that. Get your gears ready. Remember, you don't want to be shifting gears when you're in the middle of a hard effort. You don't want to do that under strain. All right. Set. Everyone should be nice and ready, but don't hit the gas yet. You want to hit the gas when you have that advantageous time to do it. Remember, you can see this. You can see the terrain in Zwift. Hey, Stefan. Yeah, I can see you. I can see your comment. I think Stefan is having trouble sinking in. There we go. Oh, baby Anthony was trying to get in. All right, here we go.
The hill's not for a bit. This is just the little.
Oh, that's right. I
break
forgot. I forgot. Dang it.
We could turn left and get hilly pretty fast. I'd say the base of it's probably in the next 15 seconds.
Yeah, I know. It's just frustrating. I sometimes forget where I never ride this course all that often, except on this, and not usually focused on the sprints.
Yeah, it's right around this corner.
Yeah. Stefan said he clearly would have needed this yesterday. All right.
There's the hill.
Go. 10-10-10. And go. All right. And down to 10. So I'm actually at 5 for me. And then 4 for 10. All right. If you're at the front, go ahead and ease to 1.0. Stefan said he could have used yesterday. He stopped paying attention for 5 seconds and got jumped. That's how it happens. Matt Johnson, thanks for joining us. Matt's a big time winner. Really easy at the front. Want to regroup before we hit the volcano. All right, so we got a couple of folks at the very back, some folks strung out. Again, if you're at the very front, 1.0 until you see me pass you. Once I pass you, you can jump on. So Baby Anteater said he's having trouble getting in. Trouble syncing his machine to Zwift. Yeah, unfortunately that can be a problem. What machine are you using, Baby Anteater? Alright. Let's see. Smiley, you guys are Webster, you're up at 1.3. Trying to see who's behind me real quick so I can help him out. Alright, we got Barrett, Kirchner, and Hoffman coming back to us. So Hoffman can pick up Kirchner and Barrett. We'll keep it nice and easy. So as we get ready for the next part, we're going to divide into 2 groups. So it will be group 1, people with the last name that starts with A through M, and group 2 will be N through Z. If you're not sure what that means, let me know. It's pretty simple. If your last name is Albertson, you're in group 1. If your last name is Navarro, you're in group 2. If it would come alphabetically before Navarro, then you're probably in group 1. Alphabetically comes after Navarro, you're in group 2. Not real complex. Alright, so group 1 is going to launch. You got 30 seconds. You don't have to follow a 10-10-10, but you got to go hard and then settle into something that you could sustain for a little bit, for minutes. And then after that 30 seconds, you guys will drop to a 1.0, and then group 2 I'll launch to cross that gap. The idea is see how much your gap you can get. Yeah, it's easier to comment here, Stefan. I see it more. See it quicker. It's easier to, but we want to see how big of a gap you can get. And if the other group is how big of a gap you can close, then we'll switch it around and do that. Should be a lot of fun. Should definitely burn the legs a little bit. Group 1, get ready. Group 1, get set. Group 2, hold 1.5. Group 1, go. Come on, Group 1, go, go, go. Only Group 1. Group 2, stay with me. So rigid, you're gonna drop back. All right, Group 1 should be easing up. Group 2, go. All right, come on, Group 2. Group 1 is not listening, they're doing 1.5. Good job, Williams. Good job, Solitz family.
It's actually really hard to ease off that much. I find it's just so counterintuitive against everything that I have learned.
Yeah, but it's important.
I get
Gotta be able to ease off, because that's also plays a big role in. It plays a big role in making sure you can recover actively after hard efforts. Yeah, Stefano says he doesn't want to always wait at the final sprint. What's that?
We also have the slowdown point right at the downhill.
Yeah, I know. That's part of the terrain you just got to deal with.
If you stop pedaling, it helps.
Yeah,
True, good point.
That's very true.
That also gives you that ability to kind of stop and go, too. It's a good technique for them.
Yep. One of the things you'll find when you get more advanced into racing is it's less about who's strong and who's got more matches, because everyone's pretty much equally strong for the most part. And so that ability to burn a match, recover quick, clear the lactic acid, burn another match, clear the lactic acid, that's what's going to make that difference. All right.
That's kind of all of a cyclocross race, because you're not much endurance in a 45-minute race.
Exactly. Especially if you take part in a crit, oh my God. That's all it is. Alright, we're going to try and time this so group 2 is attacking when we hit the climb. So, group 1 is attacking and chasing. So, group 2, get set. Group 2, go. Go, go, go.
Got my groups confused.
It happens. That's okay. So now we are going to use the terrain as our attack point. Group 1, let's go. We're using it as our attack point to pull them back. Very nice, good job, good job. Good job, New Jay. Great work.
Huh? Yes.
So have you noticed our attack in that climb pulls back quite a bit, even though they were still pushing on the climb. Group 2 was still rolling north of 2. We pulled back a lot of that gap right there. So that, sorry, catch my breath. That tells you using that terrain as an advantage will work as you're crossing the gap or trying to get away. Whew.
Nice one, Ian.
I noticed my power output was actually a lot higher when I was chasing. Maybe just something mental about chasing.
Yeah, there definitely is that. You got a rabbit.
Pushing more watts up the climb, too.
Yeah, absolutely. But I held that higher wattage longer. Yeah. I still only did it for 30 seconds, but it was a much larger effort overall.
For sure. Nice work.
Okay, so we are going to end this a little bit different than we would normally do. And we're gonna a couple minutes to recover here. We're gonna go 5 minutes, and it's gonna be more of an individual effort. But the goal is going to be, you're gonna sprint like you're trying to get away, and you're gonna try and get clear as much as possible. Now, obviously, if you're not a stronger rider, that's okay. You don't have to be at the front, but we're gonna practice the effort. You're gonna hit the gas just like we did for 30 seconds, but then you gotta settle in and hold at FTP for the next 4.5.
Okay.
So
you want
what
to be
is
at
that?
151.
What does that mean? That means that you can't blow yourself up on that first 30 seconds. You gotta be in control. Okay, so if you can't hold your FTP after that, that's okay. Just try and do what you can. Try and stay as close as possible. So let me type this out, and we will start at a tactically advantageous position.
Nice lead in. It's really interesting if you watch the power graph at the bottom of your screen and look at your sprint. And I can see the way I'm going out way too hard and just dropping way off.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, same here.
I'm hunting for the best spot in the pack to launch its attack from right now.
A couple of stragglers.
Sorry, what was that?
A couple of stragglers off the back still.
Yeah, let's keep it easy for him. We still got about a minute here.
I'm hunting for a soft place to fall off my bike.
Right. Guys, what's the hotkey for the power grab on your
G.
display?
G.
G.
Yeah, G.
On Apple TV, if you hit the menu button, I'm sorry, if you just swipe up, you can get to it.
Ah.
I just learned something. I've had that power graph on my screen now for almost a year, and I have no idea how I did it.
It's good. It shows your 10 minutes, so you can really gauge your effort and race off of it.
Very much so.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm not going to worry too much about people being off the back. It's going to be a more individual effort. All right, we're almost there. Got 20 seconds. Ten seconds. And go. 30 seconds. Give yourself an acceleration. All right, baby, I need her splitting. Thanks. $15 more seconds here, folks. And settle in. Woo, it's gonna hurt. So I got Mr. Gordon sitting on my wheel. Under 4 minutes to go. Gordon is being smart. Just sitting on. Three minutes. Come on.
This is awful.
I know it is. But what happens when you mess this up in a race? It's much worse. Person's done a good job. Good job, Manuel. Two minutes, come on. We're right here. Kirshner blue. So 1 minute, come on. Stefan said he's got to push 600 watts to get to 7.0. 30 seconds, come on, Les.
Didn't think you were going to make me work this hard.
And ease up. Good job. Woo! Great work.
Oh. Yes. Nice work, everyone.
Who held it?
I got it. Picked it up a little at the end.
Good.
Well done, gang.
That
I
was
found
good.
a group. I found a group and stuck with them.
Nice.
Second group back. Couldn't
Nice.
catch those guys up front though.
I like to see the 5 minute. I like to see the 5 minute power there.
See my lung back there?
That was good.
My heart's still up in the stratosphere.
That's all right.
I think
I
I
went
went
out too-
along.
Yeah. I definitely feel like I went out too strong. I was able to stick with my group, but I think if I'd taken it a little bit easier on the lead out, I would have had more for the 5.
I think I purposefully did a ramp up on the lead out, and it gave me higher than FTP for the 5 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, I was slightly above for most of it. I lost it when I would type. That's when I would.
No excuses, Ian.
I know.
The hell with
I
those
know.
excuses.
Nope, it's my fault. I gotta practice typing and going at FTP.
I think I won 125 of FTP for 30, and then FTP for 4.5.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's more or less what I did. A little bit more than that. Yeah, about that. Yeah.
A lot of red on my screen right now. A lot of red. Hard to do with one hand, not on the handlebars, but it's awesome.
Yeah, that's very good.
Does red on the graph indicate above FTP?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
That's zone
I
5.
think so, yeah.
Yeah, FTP should be probably like the top of the yellow on the graph.
Interesting.
Yeah, the red line should be your heartbeat.
Yeah, the straight
Yeah,
red
for sure.
lines.
But the red bars that go all the way to the top and just flatten off.
That just means you held that effort. Just say that's 400 watts for you. You held 400 watts for X amount of time, right? When it dips down, that's when you let 400 maybe go to 387, come back up 400 again. Just depends on your cadence and your pedaling style. Probably the terrain you're on at the time.
Does anybody know how to get the power graph on an iPad?
Yeah,
Swipe up
similar
to the bottom.
Yeah, similar to the Apple TV there. Just swipe up. You
Yeah.
should see your camera angle. It's right in the middle. It looks like a little graph.
All right, spin out the lid.
About 5 or 6 blue boxes there on the bottom of your iPad. Should be like right in the middle.
Better question is, does anybody know how to get 400?
400 watts?
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah.
Like, you kept talking about 400. I don't think I saw that.
I didn't either, don't worry.
Be a big guy like me, you hit it a lot.
All right, so quick recap for everyone on here. The the big takeaways for today were about, you want to take your sprint on at a time. Stefan says good job. Thanks, Stefan. Martin Walker just joined us.
Stefan.
The key is when you want to do a sprint to get away or to close a gap, you want to do it at a tactically advantageous position, not necessarily just because you feel like it. If you just go at a time where it's not going to help you out, it's going to be very difficult to get away. Especially when you have a group that's a bunch of fast riders, a bunch of strong riders, if you launch when it's not a very good time, all you're going to do is tow those strong riders with you, and then they're going to crush you because you're blowing up. So if you wait till there's an advantage in the road that you can exploit, you may not get away from everybody, but you're going to create a split, or at least makes people burn matches. The hard part is you got to go and then settle into a pretty hard pace still. It's not just go and then return back to something to easily clear the lactic acid from your legs. This is one of the reasons we practice those 60 on, 60 offs, because you got to teach your body to clear lactic acid quickly at effort.
So how much effort would, I'm pretty slim, so how much effort would I get in a Zwift race compared to like a IRL race attacking up a hill?
Well, I mean, it's fairly similar. Like, I'm a small rider too. So when I attack up a hill and in real life and in Zwift, I get the same similar advantages. One of the things though, where you still get a bigger power advantage in Zwift, like the big power number guys. I don't think the gravity's quite the same. I think if we're equal power, or more or less equal output capabilities, and our power is not all that different raw number wise, then then you're going to see a big drastic difference from one of us going uphill. But like when I race or ride up the hill with a guy like Wagner, he can put out a lot more power than I can, but he also outweighs me by about 50 pounds. So on a real climb, he's probably going to not quite have the same advantage as he does on Zwift. At least that's from what I've seen. He'll still probably get away from me, but...
I'd agree there, because we race together, and I'm probably pushing like close to 370-ish, and you're probably in the 280s, going up the Epic KOM. It's your weight, your weight to power. Yeah, it's tough for us big guys.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
Remember that.
So like I was saying, what you have to do is practice that settling in. Once you're able to work that settling in, that's when you can do those efforts like we just did, where you do 30 seconds where you're trying to get that gap, and then you spend the next 4 or 5 consolidating. And I will tell you, from having done that in real races, it sucks. It's hard. But you have to be able to do that, or else you're never going to get in the lead pack. You're never going to get in that breakaway. You're just going to be relegated to a dude who went up the front, then out the back. So that's something we want to keep practicing, and you really want to take advantage of in races. So like if I'm in a race, there's no way I am ever going to take New Jay on a last 1K sprint. There's no way I'm going to take Wagner in the last 300 meters. I might get lucky if I attack from way out on a climb where I can get a big enough gap, as long as they don't have the tactically advantageous terrain on the backside. Does that make sense to everybody?
Absolutely.
Anybody have any questions?
Yes.
Discuss.
All right. Well, we're going to be back next week on Skills and Drills. I'll also be Wednesday morning at 5:15 Eastern. I'll be doing a group workout next week if you feel like joining me. If you happen to be off for Christmas since they're working and you feel like getting up early, get your workout in before the family's up, it'll be a fun time. We got the Heroes race this weekend, the makeup, so we'll see how that goes. All right, well, that's going to be it for me. What's that?
Good luck, man.
All right, thanks. That's going to be it for Skills and Drills today. Thanks a lot for joining. We'll be back next week at the same bat time. And hopefully we can see you then.
Thanks,
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Happy
Ian.
holidays, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Have a great Christmas.
You did a great job organizing it. Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
Feliz Navidad.